Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Celtic Catholic mini history here. We're a little late with this one, but we figured it'd be good to mention it anyway. We're going to do a little video about the history of St. Patrick. So make sure to give us a like, check out our Facebook page, Celtic Catholic, go to our website, Celtic Catholic Ministries. If there's a little video you'd like us to make or you have a question you'd like us to answer, feel free to leave it in the comments or send us a message. So St. Patrick of Ireland is one of the most popular saints in the world today. A huge number of people in the United States, Australia, Canada, and of course Ireland celebrate this saint's feast day every year. Shamrocks, lots of drinking, parties, these are all modern staples of the feast day. But most people look past who St. Patrick was and the huge role he played in the early church. So St. Patrick was born in Roman-occupied Britain in the 5th century. So around the year 410, I believe, is an estimated birth year for him. He was born into a family of priests, and in these days, priests were still allowed to marry and have families. It was not uncommon until the Middle Ages, where priests were forbidden from marrying. His grandfather was a priest too, in Tabernia, and his father was a deacon. We know that his mother was a good Catholic woman, but we don't know much about her. St. Patrick notes that in his early life, his family were heavily involved in the church. They were all receiving the sacraments. They were spreading the Gospels to their native other Britons that might not have known about the Catholic Church. But he himself was not an active believer. Now, at age 14, Patrick was kidnapped by Irish pirates during a raid where he was taken to the good old Emerald Isle. He was forced to tend sheep as a shepherd and was punished severely when he refused to worship pagan gods of the Druids. St. Patrick at this time turned to the God that his family knew, the true God, Jesus Christ, and he recalled the many teachings he remembered from his childhood. He was held captive by the pagan Irish for almost 6 years, where he finally escaped after receiving a vision from God telling him to go to the shore. And at the shore, he met some men with a boat, and he hopped on and made his way back home. While he was resting with his family, St. Patrick received another vision from God, and this is what he states. I saw a man coming as it were from Ireland. His name was Victorious, and he carried many letters, and he gave one of them to me. I read the heading, "The Voice of the Irish." As I began the letter, I imagined in that moment that I heard the voice of those very people who were near the wood of the Folcut, which is beside the western sea, and they cried out with one voice, "We appeal to you, holy servant boy, come and walk among us." And after receiving the vision and speaking with his dad, St. Patrick turned to the priesthood. He was ordained a bishop by a man named Bishop Geronimus. And after studying for a year he studied for years under the great bishop, St. Patrick was later himself made a bishop, and was given the task of spreading the gospel in Ireland, which would have been very, very scary probably to St. Patrick. He arrived back in Ireland in March 25th on 433, where he was met with hostilities. The first chieftain he met of the Irish people attempted to kill him. But due to God's protection, the tribal leader was immediately converted and dropped his sword and begged for forgiveness. As the gospel spread, more and more converts began to follow St. Patrick, and many Druids were not happy about this. The pagan religious leaders at the time in Ireland, they tested him over and over and over, and famously, St. Patrick culminated all of his miracles in chasing all the snakes out of Ireland. To show the true God's strength. St. Patrick converted Ireland at an astonishing pace. He used shamrocks to describe roughly what the Trinity was, and the symbol became attached to St. Patrick as he converted the island. Eventually, the entirety of Ireland was converted to the Christian faith, and St. Patrick became the head of the church in Ireland. After 40 years of conversion or so, where he was doing God's work, St. Patrick died of old age. He's buried in Down Cathedral in Downpatrick. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Celtic Catholic. Thank you all so much. God bless.